If you saw part 1 to this video, you already know I gave you a glimpse into what the hot girls are doing behind the scenes, but that was just the beginning. Because there's a whole other level of secrets they don't want you to know about, and these are the ones that really make the difference. And to everyone who says it's just genetics, we are done with you, because we know that's not the whole truth. The real truth is that the things the hot girls are doing behind the scenes that they don't want anyone knowing about, that they gatekeep, are things that have nothing to do with genetics and everything to do with strategy. In this video, I'm going to share with you the next 7 things the hot girls are gatekeeping. Let's start with the most underrated beauty secret, and that is bone broth. Bone broth is packed with amino acids and collagen. The best part is that if you're on a fitness journey and you're trying to sneak in those extra grams of protein, bone broth is a great way to do that because it packs in like an extra 10 or 11 grams of protein. Plus you're getting the benefits on your skin, your hair, your nails, and in your gut. Bone broth has completely transformed my gut health, as well as when I start feeling really sick, or if I have gluten, because I don't eat gluten, but if I do have it or it's snuck into something and I haven't realized like it's in there and I start feeling really sick, drinking bone broth completely takes it away from me within a day. So the easiest and the best way to add this into your routine is just starting your morning off with a cup of bone broth instead of your morning coffee. So have your bone broth first, line your stomach, and then go into your coffee. Personally, I use the powder form of bone broth because it's just way more easy and convenient. It's literally like scooping it in, mixing it up with hot water, and I'll leave the one that I use in the description box so you can check it out. But if you want to go a step further, you can make your own at home. It's a longer process, but obviously you'll get more benefits that way. But for adding things like this into my routine, I don't like to overcomplicate it because then I just won't stick to it. So powder form is my personal favorite. If you don't really like the taste of it, you can add it into soups and stews, but I don't do that every single day. I'm not having a stew or a soup every single day, so I just mix it in with hot water and take it down. And then when I do make a soup or a stew, instead of just regular chicken broth, I will use bone broth instead. So there's a lot of different ways to get this in. It's just perfect to add into your morning routine every single day for the extra protein, for the collagen, and all the good benefits that it comes with. The second hot girl secret is personally what I believe to be the foundation of feminine energy because it cultivates your high vibration. And you're gonna be like, how is this doing that? Trust me when I say what you put in your body is what you radiate outwards, energy-wise. Your vibration is what you put in your body. So this secret is having whole foods. There's a reason why some women have that effortless glow to them. Yes, it might be their skincare routine. Yes, it might be their workout plan. For me, I personally believe it's internal energy. How they feel physically and emotionally creates such a beautiful vibration and a beautiful aura because it's an inside outward approach. This in a workout plan will have you looking your best, feeling your best within a matter of months. There's an app called Ladder that I've been using to hit my unique fitness goals, which is losing stomach fat and gaining muscle. And it's honestly been such a game changer for someone like me who literally cannot function without a plan in place. I cannot just go to the gym and wing it. I have to have a set list of exercises I'm doing every single day. Going to the gym shouldn't feel like this thing that's confusing or like, oh my gosh, okay, what am I gonna do today? Because those are all resistance points to getting to the gym. So that's why I've been loving Ladder so much, because with Ladder, you get expert strength training plans that are unique to your specific goals. I had to have a little pep talk with myself and give myself some harsh truth, and I'm gonna give you the same talk I had with myself. You're not looking your best because you don't have a plan in place. You don't have a specific workout routine, and you're not seeing results because of that. With Ladder, which you can download at the link in my description box and get 30% off, you will actually have a strength training plan from an expert coach. No matter what style of workouts you prefer, you are no longer going to be guessing in the gym. You're not going to be doing any more random workouts because it's like you have a personal trainer right in your headphones. Ladder has strength training plans for Pilates, which is my personal favorite, but they also have bodybuilding, glute-focused bodybuilding, kettlebells, strength and conditioning, and so much more. The best part is it costs less than $1 a day, and you can choose between home workouts or gym workouts. So if you want to join me in looking and feeling your best this summer, remember to go to the description box and secure your 30% off, or you can scan the little QR code right here on the screen. The mind, body, and food connection is something something that most people underestimate. They don't realize what they are putting into their body is actually affecting them emotionally, mentally, and obviously physically, which then is the energy that you are radiating outward. So the more whole foods you eat, the better positive outlook you will have on life. This is not just some random woo-woo nonsense. There's a lot of research on this. What you put into your body affects how you feel, and how you feel is the energy that you show up in the world with. Constantly eating processed and low quality foods results in you lowering your vibration because it puts your body into stress. And that's when you start to feel tired and moody and just out of alignment, versus when you're putting nutrient dense foods into your body is doing the same process. It's taking those nutrients and building the things needed to create balanced hormones, healthy skin, glowing skin, and just that overall positive energy that you will feel from within. It's so important that you are feeding your body with high vibrational foods, because those high vibrational foods translate into high vibrational thoughts, high vibrational feelings, and those are all the things that are going to give you this magnetic presence, because you feel so good from within. You feel light, you feel airy, you just feel happier overall, not because you are just rewiring your thoughts, because it's all starting within your gut. Personally, I have eliminated in my life a refined sugar. I haven't eaten refined sugar in years. If I'm having something like, a sweet treat, like a piece of cake, okay, it's in there, but I don't actively have refined sugar. I don't keep refined sugar in my house. I make sure to check all the ingredients on all the condiments, because that's where they sneak sugar in. I make sure to check everything. I don't have refined oils. Those are seed oils. Those actually get stuck in your liver and are very hard for your liver to process, which can cause fatty liver. I don't eat gluten because I have rheumatoid arthritis. That's a whole other story. But gluten, again, is a very hard thing for our bodies to digest, especially as women. If you struggle with hormone imbalances and everything, these are the things that you're going to want to get rid of as like a starting point, like a major starting point. Whatever I'm saying is probably sounding more complicated than it actually is if you are a beginner at all of this. If you want a proper video on all this, I will do one. Leave a comment down below. But all you need to know right now is just ditch refined sugar, refined oils, and gluten, and start eating things like high quality protein. Start getting in at least 1 gram of protein per body weight. Introduce healthy fats, complex carbs, nuts, seeds, and obviously fruits and vegetables. Third hot girl secret is truly what they gatekeep for effortless fat loss, effortless glowing skin, and healthy, happy hormones, and just a perfect balanced mood. And that is cycle syncing. Most women are unknowingly fighting against their own biology. I was one of those women for years. That is why you might feel like you're doing every single thing in the book right, but you're still not seeing results. You're working out, you're hitting the gym, you're counting your calories, you're drinking the green juices, you're eating everything perfectly right, eating clean, and you're still not seeing results. Why? Because you are not in sync with your cycle. It's so crazy to me that we are not taught any of this stuff, and we just simply exist with a cycle, but we're not taught how to lean into that cycle rather than fight against it. I was fighting against my cycle for so long. I was so confused as to why some weeks I was so energized. I was in the best mood ever. I looked hot. Everything was looking perfect. I felt my best, and I was just able to get every single thing that I needed to get done with ease, with effortlessness. And then some weeks, I hate this. I want to eat everything in sight. Why do I not look my best? Like, why am I having these self-deprecating thoughts about my appearance? Why am I nitpicking everything? Why does it feel like such a struggle to get out of bed, to just do a simple task, to do the dishes? It's because, obviously, we are in the middle of our cycles. Operating in those two energies every single month, unknowingly, would make me feel like I was broken or something was wrong with me. Like, I don't have motivation. I'm just so lazy and I lack discipline. Feeling amazing one week and then awful another is not a lack of discipline. It's just your hormones. And when we can work with our hormones and become friends with them and really lean into our female biology and stop inputting information into our minds that are filled with masculine advice that works for their 24-hour clock, we will be in a completely different zone. So on my Instagram, I have a video called 2 versions of the same routine. And I have a document, I'm pretty sure, which I will leave either on the screen or I'll leave a link to it in the description box. But I mastered cycle syncing. And my 2 versions of the same routine is basically outlining the 4 phases of my cycle and how I can make little swaps for each phase that align with that phase. Okay, so if I'm in my luteal phase, I'm not about to be busting around in the gym doing a 3-hour workout, which I never really do a 3-hour workout anyways. I'm not going to be doing the most. Versus when I'm in my follicular phase or in my ovulatory phase, I'm going to be feeling probably like my best self. So I'm going to maybe do a little bit more in these phases. And in these phases, I'm going to do things that are going to prepare me for my luteal phase that will allow me to rest because I need to rest in my menstrual cycle so I can rest without feeling guilty because I've already prepared for everything in the phases where I'm going to be feeling my best and having all of the energy. I'll leave a document on the screen somewhere. Let me know if you want a full video on cycle syncing because I can go really deep into it. Your hormones are drastically shifting throughout your cycle at every phase of your cycle, every single week. So you have to make sure you are doing things that are setting up each phase of your cycle for success. Trying to push through an intense HIIT workout while your body is hormonally inflamed, you're going to just feel burnt out, moody, inflamed, and just icky all over. Versus doing a HIIT workout when you're in your follicular phase or your ovulatory phase, you're gonna feel on top of the world. It's gonna feel so energizing and revitalizing to do this really, really sweaty workout. Number 4 is the secret to effortless confidence and magnetic energy. The truth is, confidence is not genetic. It is programmed. And you are going to program your own confidence, your own magnetism using sleep tapes. The girls who radiate the it girl energy have trained their subconscious mind to align with confidence, magnetism, flow, feminine energy, sexual, sensual energy. They've rewired their thought patterns to work with them, not against them. I always like to use the path of least resistance with everything I do in my life. That is to just listen to sleep tapes overnight. If you're struggling with these negative thought patterns, these limiting beliefs about certain areas of your life, maybe your entire life story is just you thinking, I am awful, I'm not good at this, I'm not worthy enough, I can't have them, I can't have it, you are going to want to rewire your subconscious mind. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this because I obviously have a feminine energy manifestation course that dives really deep into it. So if you want more, go check that out. I have sleep tapes in there as well. But you need to attack the mind. Okay, the mind is throwing out these thoughts to you 24/7, and if you're biting at each one, you're gonna believe these things about yourself, okay? You're gonna be thinking these things about yourself, and you're going to program your body to only allow those things. The mind, the body, it's all connected. Your mind is throwing out these negative thoughts, you're biting them, you're bringing them into your body, and you're saying, program this into our body. This is all we're safe with. This is all we're gonna be able to keep and to hold. So I've done a lot of videos on nervous system regulation. You can watch this one here and understand how our thoughts get programmed into our body, and then how our body uses that as a baseline for what we can hold safely in our life. I hope that made sense. The reason why sleep tapes are my favorite, not because they're just so easy, like I literally just go to bed and listen to what I want to program into my mind, but there is science behind it. It's because when we're about to sleep or when we're just waking up, our brains are the most susceptible. So we can take in all the information that we wouldn't really be able to take in as we're going through the day because our conscious mind is a little bit too awake and alert. So it's stopping those thoughts from going into our subconscious and it's kind of filtering them. But in the morning and at night, our conscious mind starts to close out for its shift, its daily work has been done, and it starts to go into the background, and our subconscious mind comes out to play, and it's in the forefront. So it's easier for us to get what we want into our subconscious mind in the morning and at night. That's why it's important that you also begin your day with affirmations and then end your night with sleep affirmation tapes that are playing overnight so that while you're sleeping and your mind is literally just at rest and your subconscious mind is awake for its shift, you're just throwing in good thoughts in there, programming good things. I promise you, if you just listen to one sleep tape tonight, the way you will wake up feeling confident and just glowing for no reason, and you'll be like, what the heck, like overnight? Yes, because these sleep affirmations are going into your mind overnight and literally reprogramming you for confidence, for magnetism, for beauty, whatever your goal is. So this is pretty much the biggest cheat code, which you might know, you might not know, but now you do know, and you need to start today. Number 5 is such a cheat code. I learned this from another creator called Ansi. She's on Instagram. I'm pretty sure I found this video. I'll leave her link down below. She talks about like weight loss and everything, but she basically said that instead of trying to calculate a rough estimate for your weight loss, right? Like for your calorie deficit, do it using your own numbers. The only prerequisite for this is that you need to be able to track your steps through like an Apple Watch or something. So you'll go into your Apple Watch, you'll do like an average of, let's say, 7 to 14 days of your calories, right? And then you'll average them up, and that'll give you how much you're burning on average, right? For those 7 or 14 days. Then you're gonna take that and you're just gonna subtract 200 or 300. And that is going to be your specific calorie deficit. You're not going and finding something random. Of course, there's a few other things that play into this, but just the beginning stages of getting into the fat loss and like getting into that lean toned body, you're gonna want a calorie deficit for you. And this has been such a game changer for me, figuring out my specific deficit. If you want a full video, I'll just leave her video down below. You can watch it. She explains everything. That is a very important hot girl secret that they don't want you to know about. Number 6 is skin barrier repair. When I tell you, I absolutely wrecked my skin using things that were way too harsh. I had perfect skin, okay? Perfect, pristine. It's getting better. It's a lot better now. It was immaculate. I was actually known for my skin, and I know I always say this in videos, but it's like one of my prized possessions, okay? And then I ruined it because I had these tiny bumps on my head, which were closed comedones, which at that time I didn't realize you could just dissolve with a toner. I decided to get onto tretinoin. Once I got into tretinoin, it was way too harsh for my skin, and I actually started getting cystic acne. I've never had cystic acne in my entire life, but obviously now, 5 years later, I realized I damaged my skin barrier. So I entered a cycle of now putting even harsher things on my skin because now I have cystic acne and I want to get rid of the cystic acne. So to do that, I'm using all these harsh acids. And it was just a cycle of skin barrier damage. Now I have found the perfect routine for my skin that no longer gives me cystic acne. It's plump, it's dewy, it's getting to that perfect zone again. And that is skin barrier repair. So introducing things like panthenol, hyaluronic acid, glycerin, ceramides, these are all things that are going to continue to repair your skin. And always, always use sunscreen. I never used to use sunscreen. Nobody told me. But now I'm telling you that you need sunscreen. You need some sort of serum that is hydrating and boosting. Panthenol has been amazing for me. Centella has been incredible for my skin. And you're just not using all these harsh acids. You're using very sensitive, friendly acids like an AHA or BHA at a very small percentage, and that already contain ceramides and hyaluronic acid and centella and all of these soothing ingredients. So you're soothing, but you're also sort of exfoliating at the same time. So yes, skin barrier repair. This is how their skin is looking dewy, plump, and just gorgeous with no makeup. And number 7 is a hair secret. Okay, we know those it girls, those hot girls, they got great luscious hair. How are they getting it? They are getting it from scalp detoxing, using a regular schmegular shampoo, probably adding something fancy like a high frequency wand. For me, I have been doing the scalp detoxing. I've been doing the hair oiling. I'm Indian, so hair oiling is just part of the culture. I've been doing it since I was literally like 2-3 years old. Parents, every Friday night, scrubbing the oil in. So that has become a trend, but it's trendy because it works. So get onto hair oiling and majorly invest in things like scalp detox shampoos, right? Good ones that really clean your scalp. Make sure you're washing your hair frequently so that your scalp isn't getting all this buildup of just gunk, because you're putting oil onto a gunky scalp. How is the oil penetrating into the follicle and actually doing what it needs to do? So you need to be washing your hair often. You need to be washing your hair with a scalp detoxer, and you need to just be using very simple products as well, right? Like same with skincare. We don't need to be doing the most. We don't need to be buying every single product. We just need to be using the right ones that are simple but still very effective. I've got the high frequency wand. I don't really do it much because again, it adds resistance to me doing the routine. If it's too hard and there's too many steps in a routine for me, I'm not going to do it. So you can add the high frequency wand here and there when you remember. Some people swear by it. I personally haven't really seen much of a difference with it, but it is what some hot girls use, so I just wanted to throw it in there in case you wanted to try it. Remember that looking your best always starts from what you're doing inside. If you didn't get a chance to catch part 1 of this video, watch it here next.